I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're exploring a whimsical and empowering tale with Anne Pollard, author of Cleo's Fabulous Adventures, The Realm of the Woods. This enchanting story takes readers on a magical journey through the mystical woods, guided by a black panther spirit, Bacchus, and a cast of colorful animal characters, packed with life lessons and self-discovery and a dash of adventure. This is a must-read for anyone seeking inspiration and a touch of magic in their lives. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Inks and Bindings for helping us put her in the spotlight today. We ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. And great to see you here today on Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you for the opportunity.
This is such a unique and original work. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
Sure. So I've always been very attracted to animals. They've been a very important part of my life. And I had a conscious awakening about 2 years ago. And during that, and as I was exploring different things, I found a book called Animal Spirit Guides, and it's by Dr. Stephen Farmer, who is a shamanic practitioner. And the book is about, it's like an encyclopedia of animals and what their message is. So every animal has a spiritual message behind it. And in the book, there is a shamanic practice called an animal spirit walk.
Mhm.
And in that, you go to meditation, you go down to Middle Earth, and then you ask an animal to come. And the animal will come, and you can telepathically communicate with the animal, ask them questions, have a conversation. And then at the end, the animal will give you a gift, and the gift represents what the message was during your talk.
Hmm.
So, as I started my conscious awakening, I did a lot of animal spirit walks, and they were amazing. And so the idea just kind of came forward. I should write this. And so I started on that journey, and, the animals came and the angels came, and the book pretty much just wrote itself.
Wonderful. Let's give the folks at home an overview of the story.
Okay, sure. So the story is about Cleo, who is a young woman who is not super happy with where she is in her life, and she's looking for some new things, looking for some peace. But she's very attracted to Mother Nature and to walking in the woods. So she goes to walk in the woods and asks the universe, "Can you send me something, someone who can help me find some peace?" And Bacchus, the Black Panther, appears to her, and Bacchus is her animal spirit guide through this adventure in the woods. And so they go into a magical world where there's just amazing places to visit, and they meet 26 animals, and they're in order from A to Z. And each of the animals has a spirit lesson, and they help Cleo do self-discovery, learn things she hasn't learned. And then each of the animals is named after an angel or an archangel or an ascended master. And so their message is also woven into the story itself. So it's a wonderful self-exploration journey for Cleo. It's wonderful to meet the animals, both physically as well as spiritually. And I think one of the greatest things about the book is the illustrations in the book.
Mhm.
It was a really synchronistic event. I found a guy on Facebook who does AI art, and he is absolutely amazing. His name is Cedric Perret. And when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do about the illustrations in the book, I knew I didn't want just a picture of the animal because it wouldn't really resonate right with what they were saying. So Cedric was able to create the perfect picture for every animal that really contained its essence, as well as gave kind of the background of their place in the book. And it just flowed from there. And we have such a wonderful friendship now, and he's super good. His work is on visualdreams.art, and he's amazing. Check him out. He's
Absolutely will do.
good.
The pictures in your book are so impressive. It makes me want to go to that website right now, but I'll wait until after the interview. It really is great. So this book is to help people get spiritually connected, to find peace in their lives, to do a little self-exploration and self-discovery, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about the different ways you can read this book. I understand there's more than one way.
Yeah, so the book is actually layered. There's like four different layers in the book. You can read the book just as a book, just as
Mhm.
a wonderful adventure with animals and really understand some of the really cool physical aspects of a lot of the animals that, we might not know. For example, the mongoose, right,
Mhm.
who actually works with the king cobra and, they have battles. The mongoose is actually immune to king cobra venom.
Mhm.
And I didn't know that, right?
Didn't know that either.
Also, there's some animals in the book that you probably never heard of.
Right.
There's a numbat, which is
Mhm.
a small animal in Australia who's on the endangered species list. So just a lot of fun facts about animals and just a magical adventure, right? Then the second layer of the book is the animal spirit message itself, and we've talked about that a little bit. Every animal has a message. So, for example, the koala is all
Mhm.
about stillness and peace. And so, in the chapter of Kalani the koala, we talk about meditation and how you can reach that same level. And then the third aspect of the book is the names of the animals themselves. And like I said, they're all named after an angel or an archangel or a ascended master. And each of those energies has their own particular message as well. And so the archangel message is married with the message from the animal spirit so
Mhm.
that it reinforces the teaching that Cleo gets out of that particular chapter as she's talking to the animal. And then finally, there is a practical part of the book.
Mhm.
So this actually represents kind of my journey over the last 2 years of discovering different authors, different channelers. And this part of the book will actually give you the opportunity to go research something if you found a chapter that resonated with you.
Mhm.
And in that regard, it gives you some practical ways to kind of take your journey forward yourself when
Mhm.
you find something that resonates with you. And then finally, at the end of the book, like in all good animal spirit walks, the animals all come back together and give Cleo a gift.
Mhm.
And then each of those gifts has a message in it as well. So, for example, Daniel the deer gives Cleo an acorn. Well, an acorn represents strength and patience. And
Mhm.
so, if you're going on a journey like this, right, you need patience because it takes years to get through,
Yeah.
but it's the journey itself, right? It's not the destination, it's actually the journey itself. So if you layer in all four of those, then you get a completely different meaning out of the book. And there is a reader's guide at the back of the book that will help you discover the angels as well as the animal spirit messages behind it. And then there's an acknowledgement section at the back of the book that also will give you specific pointers to different places and different channelers or whatever. So if you have an interest, then you can go there and take a look.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have you envisioned this as a TV series or a movie, perhaps? It's a very different book. It's very original, so it would be a very different film or a very different series. But I was wondering if you've thought about it in a different realm like that.
Yeah, I didn't when I actually wrote the book, but I have had some conversations with some people about whether it might be an interesting idea for a TV series or a movie. And I think that would be wonderful. I think the visuals in the book are
Hmm.
amazing, as well as what a great story, right?
Yeah,
For young
absolutely.
adults, but also for any age.
Exactly, without a doubt. Tell us a little bit about your writing career. Have you written any other books that have been published? Do you plan more in this series? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, so 2 years ago, I wrote my first book, which is
Mhm.
called Fabulous, and it's a memoir. It's my journey. over the past 10 years and how all of that kind of led to my conscious awakening. It really interweaves animals and music and friends and kind of how all of that was so clear now, how all of that led up to my conscious awakening. So that book's been out for a couple of years. And then the Cleo series is going to be a series of 5 books.
Wow.
So obviously the first one was Realm of the Woods. The next one, which I'm writing now, is Realm of the Dragons. So
Hmm.
that's coming maybe 8 months, 6 to 8 months.
Great.
And then we'll go to the realm of the unicorns, the realm of the angels, and then finally the realm of the fairies. So this will
Wonderful.
be an ongoing series for the next 4 or 5 years.
Well, that sounds great. I think your readers will love it. And I do think it is so unique, so mystical, so magical, and so captivating. Who is your target audience, and what do you hope readers take away from your book?
So the book has been targeted for young adults,
Hmm.
but in my opinion, it's a book for any age,
Great.
and I think everyone will get something different out of it. I would love the idea for younger folks to actually find, a way to really find the joy in their life earlier, rather than when they're over 60, like I did. But hey, right, it's all a journey.
Exactly.
So I really would love for this to be kind of a spark for people to engage in um, doing their own exploration in different places, right? There's
Mhm.
so much to explore, and there's so much stuff that you, I didn't even know existed, right, until I
Mhm.
started doing all of this and understanding it. And the real message behind the book is go to your heart. Your
Mm.
heart is the center of everything. It's your connection to higher consciousness. It's where you can drive your passion and live your joy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, right? Living your joy is a conscious choice, and everybody can make that choice. And then finally, to understand that you have more power than you can ever imagine. And when you learn to tap into that power through the energy that is in the universe, that's in your body, you can open doors that you had no idea even existed, right? Because
Yeah.
everything is possible. Everything is possible. And finally, you know, lighten up. Have some fun with this because
Yep.
that's what this is all about. It's fun. And so don't be
Exactly.
caught up in the dense emotions.
Exactly. Take some time to laugh, take some time to smile, take time to enjoy this beautiful earth, this beautiful universe around us, no doubt. The name of
Indeed.
the book is Cleo's Fabulous Adventures, The Realm of the Woods. It is book one in a 5-part series. We're looking forward to all of the books.
Thank
This enchanting story takes readers on a magical journey through the mystical woods, guided by a black panther spirit, Bacchus, and a cast of colorful animal characters. The book is packed with life lessons, self-discovery, and a dash of adventures, making it a must-read for anyone seeking inspiration and that much-needed touch of magic in their lives. And thanks so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you. And thank you, Logan, for giving authors the opportunity to speak about their work. I think that's so important, and you do such a good job with it. So I
Well, I
appreciate
appreciate that, Anne, and it's really gratifying to have authors like yourself who are emerging, who are thoughtful, who are unique, who are the next generation of writers. I think we hear a lot about the J.K. Rowlings and the James Pattersons. They've created great works, but it's time for a new era of writers, and I'm glad you're part of that pack. So thank
Thank,
you so much for joining me here today.
thank you.
My pleasure. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.